So I want you to do some practice with Zentangle. So I want you to research and I want you to look them up. And then I want you to just take a piece of, it can be printer paper, it can be a sketchbook if you have one. I'd rather it not be on lined paper, but if that's all you have, that's all you have. You can do that. But I want you to just make like a square or a rectangle and divide it in half and divide it in half. So you're going to just have 4 places that I want you to practice making Zentangle designs. So then you can go on your research, right? And you can go in and you can practice doing 4 really like different kinds of designs. So here's one, and I'm just going to divide it up, I'm making it like bricks, but that's not all I'm doing. So this is just something I found in my research. And then I can go in and I can do, this can be my Zentangle design, right? And remember, whenever you do anything like this, you have to touch the lines. So you need to make sure that the lines are touching from this line to this line. Don't make a line and end it like that. You got to make sure, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm not touching the line. You got to make sure that you are actually touching the line. Okay, so that's one. I'm not going to finish it because I'm not going to spend a bunch of time. I'd rather you actually work on these than sitting here trying to make different. But I want you to fill it all the way in and complete it. Okay, so I would finish doing that. And then I would look at my Zentangles and see what else is there. Let's see, what else do I have? I have something that has like a vine type thing in it. So there was this one that looked kind of cool, I liked. And they took it and they did this. And then they created like vines. So they drew like little leaves on it. And I think they did it like all different directions. Right, so they made like a leaf kind of thing. So this was one of the Zentangle patterns that I found. It's overlapping a little bit. I need to turn. So it's always good when you're drawing to turn your work in the direction that you need to look, right? These are getting a little sloppy. I want you to make nice ones. But I'm trying to just make this video real quick. Okay, and I would also do that on this part, right? But I'm not going to finish it. And then they just did like a bunch of like cool patterns in the background. Like they made a bunch of little dots. So you could make like a whole bunch of little circles. So that's kind of a contrast in pattern, right? That principle of contrast where we've created that vine and then we're creating this contrast of the circles that make the vine stand out. And, you know, when you're done drawing it and you're doing it on your quad, you actually might color these green and then color this background like a purple and color these dots red so that the vines really stand out and look like they're coming towards the front. I know it's looking a little blurry. These mirror things aren't the greatest, but I think you can pretty much see it pretty well, right? Okay, so that's what I want you to do. I want you to do 4 different things, right? So maybe the next one might be, I always like this one. It's one of my favorites. It's kind of like a little, like you make like little rainbows and then you make rainbows off the rainbows. I did a cute little drawing of a bear. No, it was a bunny in a chair. And I made the whole wall behind it, these, and it looked really cool. So you could do another, right? So here's another Zentangle pattern. And remember, make sure they connect. I just want you to practice. I want you to show me that you understand what kinds of lines I'm looking for. Okay, so I want you to fill them all the way out. I am not doing it on my sample here in the video, but I want you to finish this all the way in there. Okay, and then I could do some other design. I don't know. Let's see, what else do we have? Let me look on my little research. Oh. So if you want to do a spiral, you want to make sure it's connected. So if I make a spiral, I want to make the spiral, then I want to go backwards and make it go like that. Now it's something I can fill. But if I just make a spiral, then I go to try to fill it, it's going to spill the color all the way out to here and I can't fill it. But if I want to make it so I can fill it, I can make this blue and make this green. And because it's completely closed as a shape, this is a shape and this is a line. Do you see the difference? So if I want to fill it, then I need to go back, and you just go back like along the line. And then I've made a shape instead of a line. So I can fill this, right? And you can make them come off of each other. So I can just kind of go off of there. And then I can go back. Okay, so little go back. And I can fill up that whole space with something. So you see how I have 3 different or 4 different things? Mine is not finished, but I would finish them, and you have to finish them. So I want you to make 4 different Zentangle patterns in something that looks like this. Notice I didn't use a ruler, I just drew it, but take your time, make it look nice and neat. And that's what I expect you to do for this assignment.